Okay, thank you very much for invitation. It's always difficult to speak as last speaker before the break, but I will try to show some Hungarian experiences, and I will speak English because unfortunately I don't speak Italian. So let's start with some general information of renewable energy sector in Hungary. As we all know, the renewable energy sources contribute to the national economic objectives like job creation, GDP increase, and so on. And therefore, every nation, and also Hungary, has a strategic objective to increase their use. However, the current statistics show that the energy from renewable energy sources in the gross final energy consumption is only 8% in Hungary, and this is a low ratio in Central and Eastern Europe region. And if we are looking for future trends, then we can, and policy statements, then we can see the valid Hungarian renewable energy utilization action plan, which predicts a 15% ratio in 2020. So if this would be one of the lowest renewable shares in the EU member states. So it's a fact that Hungary has not the best renewable energy conditions in Europe, but in my point of view, this is an underestimation of the Hungarian renewable sector from the government's policy. Because Hungary has a very good industrial renewable potential in biomass and geothermal, and also in solar. The southern part of the countries has a good solar potential. The wind potential is rather average, and the hydro is also not so good. So each energy sector has different renewable shares. Among these overall 8% share, the heating sector has the most renewable share, like 9%. It's a very substantial point that after a long period of consultation, in 2011, the Hungarian parliament adopted a parliament decision, and it contained the National Energy Strategy 2030. And this strategy, this Hungarian strategy document, has choose a so-called coal, nuclear, and green energy scenario, which means green energy or renewable energy has a significant position in the national energy portfolio, but only rather the third position, because we want to build a new nuclear power plant. And that's on the priority list at first. So this strategy prioritizes the development of co-generating biogas and biomass plants, and also geothermal sources. Beside these, solar-based heat and some wind-based electricity is preferred. The extensive use of photovoltaics is only preferred in the post-2020 period, so not yet. So these are the facts and the policy documents, but we have existing supporting mechanisms for renewable energy, and this is driven by three concerns. First, the policy targets, the efficient use of public subsidies, and impact of renewable support policies to the energy prices. So the government has the double aim to limit the absolute volume of the support for electricity, for renewable electricity, and to maximize the production for each euro provided for producers. The Hungarian regulatory framework, therefore, use two main common supporting classes, such as institutional and financial support. If you look at the financial support pillar, then we can see that the investment and the production is supported as well. So due to the Hungarian accession to the EU in 2004, since 2007 we have a national strategy, so-called development framework. In Hungarian it's called Széchenyi Plan, development plan, and it contains an environment and energy operational program with a total budget of 5 billion euro. But it's for 7 years, and this 5 billion euro. And this budget has two priority areas for renewable energy and energy efficiency, with 400 million euro, which represent only less than 2% of the total budget of this development plan. So it's not too much money, but in the next period, in the next 7-year financial period, the subsidies for energy, for renewable energy sources were raised up. And beside these investment subsidies, Hungary was one of the first countries in the region who adopted a legislation for feed-in tariff system, and it's functioning almost good. The tariff prices are defined in annexes of a government decree, and from each, and there is a formula where the prices rise up with the inflation ratio. So every year, the prices, the feed-in tariff prices are higher. So and there is a mandatory take of electricity from renewable sources. From this system, so far, the big biomass-fired plants, wind plants, and biogas producers benefited the most. Other sources are also part of these feed-in tariffs, but for example, for photovoltaic solar production, the tariff is only 12 cents per kilowatt hour, which is not enough for economic feasible investment. So there are no investments in photovoltaics in Hungary. And the other problem is, so the problems are these, that the tariffs are too low, and there are in some cases there are so-called tendering, capacity tendering system for wind, first of all, and a government stopped the tendering, and since 2011 the whole sector is waiting for a new government tender for new capacity, building capacities, but this tender hasn't been publicized yet. So this decrease of use of renewable can be justified from the government's point of view, because there is a very new policy called priority, called overhead reduction policy, the government said that the energy prices are too high in Hungary for normal average households, and he want to cut off the prices with the energy bill with 10%, and he did it this year with force of law, and it's very popular, of course, policy in Hungary. But there was this 10% cut was financed with a unique technique, like the energy providers, energy service providers' profit was annulled, so no profit for providers. And the other thing is that before 1st of January this year, the average for each average residential consumer paid 1 cent euro per kilowatt hour incentive for renewable electricity production in the energy bill. So and this incentive was also so the obligation to pay it was for average house consumers were annulled and abolished, and the financing was shifted to industrial consumers. Sorry. So their prices were pumped up. So it's very unusual in regulatory intervention, which is nowadays in Hungary. And the other problem is that the government also announced that he will reform the recent feed-in tariff system, and he said it for 3 years ago, but he didn't introduce he hasn't introduced the new system since then. So there is a big regulatory uncertainty in the whole sector, and this thing stopped the planned investment. So nobody invests in the renewable sector nowadays in Hungary. And what about the local municipalities? So they have due to a public law system in Hungary, they have a big independence and significant role in local economy. But among the main functions, we do not find the energy service duty. So the energy sector is fully privatized in Hungary and practiced by commercial firms from multinational energy holdings like German and also some Italian like Eni. And so the municipalities are in the consumer's position. So they do not have the energy sector assets. It's contrary like in Germany. So and therefore they do not have a business opportunity. The only exemption is the district heating systems, which is very common in Hungary. And there are in bigger cities there are district heating, and the companies, the service, the provide district heating companies belong to municipalities. So that's the only sector where the municipalities have opportunity. So in the energy business but the other municipalities, so it's only about 5% of the whole municipalities. The other one, they are interested in energy savings and energy efficiency investments. So and therefore not in the renewable energy sector. But always the problem that the financial power is failing for municipalities to invest into renewable sector. But beside the negative effect, there was a positive effect this year also, when the government had realized that a relief in a form of universal debt takeover from municipalities in a value of 2 billion euro. So all debt for a municipality, not all, but 50 or 60% of the debt was taken over by the central government for every municipality this year. So it's a good possibility to make them financial more attractive, and to make them to ensure their own resources for investment. But investments are not so easy in Hungary because the regulatory framework is pretty complex, and most of the municipalities has not the needed special knowledge like lawyers and economic people. They cannot afford it. Only the bigger cities can afford this knowledge, and often the needed entrepreneur behavior is also failing. But there are some good examples. And at the end, I want to mention 3 examples, which 3 investments from nowadays, which have been done by municipalities. This is not surprisingly in the district heating sector, because there are assets of municipalities. So the most municipalities realize that if they want to remain district heating competitive and affordable for consumers, then they need to choose or find new heat alternatives. So far, the heat is coming from fossil-based sources, and they want to shift for renewable energy-based heat and district heating. And that's why two of the biggest cities in Hungary, in Pécs and Miskolc, each more than 150,000 population, have realized the big district heating projects in this year. So in Pécs, for example, the majority local authority-owned company allied with the French local power plant company, and they installed a biomass capacity 85 megawatt in the city, a cogeneration unit with the straw and wood fuel, and thanks to this investment in this year, 70,000 people will enjoy 100% renewable district heating in Pécs. And this investment was made without any EU subsidy. Another good example is another district heating system in Miskolc, which was the biggest geothermal investment in Central and Eastern Europe, with a 25 million euro value. And there are lots of hot water, 300 liters per second, and they with this water from ground. The new system serves the biggest block residential district with 10,000 people. So it was a success story, and also subsidized by EU funds. And the third one, last one, it's a fewer investment in a little town in the southern Hungary, Újszilvás, there was after 5 years of project development, there was installed a new commercial PV solar park with 400 kilowatt peak capacity, and this project was subsidized more than 70% by EU funds. So the little town is now self-sufficient. So if you want to make some conclusion, then we can say that the universal economic and regulatory situation in Hungary is not fully favorable for renewable investments of local municipalities, but the policy wants to strengthen their possibilities, and therefore the new financial framework for 7 years EU financial framework wants to focus more on renewable investments, wants to allocate more funds for investments which are especially for municipalities. And with good entrepreneurial behavior and with good projects, the municipalities have also possibility to make renewable investments in Hungary. Thank you very much.